So,
how are you doing today?
hey, how have you been?
I've been good. You know, it's been a cold week.
Hasn't it?
It snowed a little bit, and then there's ice.
Can I do a product recommendation?
This is like your app recommendation?
Yes. Okay. Every day. Every episode now.
Product.
Pet friendly.
Pet friendly.
Salt melt. You have pets.
For sidewalks and stuff?
Yeah. I don't know the name of it. I can't give you
Why is it
those
pet
details.
Friendly? Why?
I don't know.
Is there something with regular salt and pets? They lick it?
This is the trick. So I didn't know there was a pet friendly, and I asked the guy, I go, hey, can you, like, I was at Lowe's, I'm like, hey, where's your salt melt? He's like, well, here's the pet friendly. The other stuff is over there. I'm like, why would I pick the other stuff now that I know there's a pet friendly? I want to kill my pets. You know what I mean?
But isn't it just salt?
I don't know.
Well, I guess it's sodium. I mean, it's a pure
by the way, it's
form.
not just salt, because I've done the just salt, and I've completely destroyed my sidewalk. Like, it's like messed up now.
Because it ate through it?
Ate the sidewalk. So it looks like a gravel road.
You just took like iodine
yeah, I just
salt?
went out. It worked. It started crackling and stuff. And this is great.
Oh, the concrete crackling too. Oh, man. So I have a question for you, or a topic that we can discuss, because we do this both quite a lot. I thought someone was knocking on our door. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. But
what's going on? Is there construction in here?
I think there's some construction above us. But anyway, so we do a lot of marketing, right? We do this kind of stuff, videos, education.
We don't talk about it a lot, but we do a lot of marketing.
We do a lot of marketing.
Yep.
You and your team do an awesome job.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Especially on the social media side. And I guess that's what I wanted to kind of just talk about and kind of get your opinion on some, platforms. But I mean, the three big ones that I think that we tackle is, and truly probably because of the audience, and I think that's a big part of it, is LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter are the big ones, right?
Yep.
Well, and now YouTube, that kind of stuff,
YouTube is,
right?
in fact, a social media platform.
Yeah.
People don't think of it that way. But
right.
Yeah.
But it is.
Yep, totally is.
So what are some of the things that you and your team do, say, on LinkedIn? Why do we choose LinkedIn over Snapchat or Instagram or that kind of stuff?
Great question. It's literally a data thing. So it's not like we chose LinkedIn as our main platform because we think it's cooler, or we think that it makes sense from really a business perspective just to be on LinkedIn. Like we're going to boycott Facebook and Twitter because we think they're stupid.
Right.
It's literally a data thing.
Okay.
So we've experimented with sponsorships of blog posts. We do ads. We're doing lunch and learns, webinars, or whatever. We sponsor posts on each of those platforms. And the biggest response we get by far is on LinkedIn.
Why do you think? Because I have my thought.
Okay.
But I want to hear yours.
So my theory is that Twitter and Facebook are more for personal. I think this is totally debatable, and we're going to debate it. Yeah. I think Twitter and Facebook are more for personal projects and personal things.
Okay.
LinkedIn is a place where people know basically just business happens, right? Although you see people who post their puppy pictures and crap like that on LinkedIn. Right. But mostly it's like, hey, I've got a new project coming up. Guys, come check it out. I'm doing a podcast or whatever. Please come. Those things also happen on Twitter and Facebook.
Right.
But
the
LinkedIn,
audience seems to be different.
It seems to be a little more business focused and a little more professional.
And that's what my opinion of it is. LinkedIn is that. I mean, it started out as kind of like a business resume kind of
post your
website,
resume like a monster.com.
Right. Almost, or post your business, and it's more of that kind of business environment. Yeah. So people that are on there are all in their, even our pictures, right? We're in our suits. We're in our, you're a professional. So that's our market. That's what we want to get clients in the professional business. So that's another reason why we do LinkedIn. But if we were selling these online, LinkedIn probably wouldn't be the right platform to put all of our marketing money in.
Well, I will also say, Kevin, that our business is focused on B2B.
B2B.
We are not looking for people in their houses who need computer help. On the website, correct. I'm a little more flexible with that.
Yeah, but you're not really looking for the guy in his garage making something either.
No, not really. So that's kind of where that focus is, right? So if you're selling plants,
if we're
you're selling
that,
jewelry or whatever, I think Twitter might make more sense, or Facebook, right?
I think Facebook for a B2C, business to
consumer,
is Facebook is great. And then you get down into the demographics, right, of your audience.
Very, very.
You know what I mean? Because then you get into Facebook and versus Twitter on a B2C level. If you're selling, quilts or that kind of stuff,
or your knitting project,
right? You might probably the demographics of Facebook, the people that utilize that, because it is very much towards
an older
crowd.
35 and up, probably.
Right, where Twitter is much more the younger crowd. So if you were selling, cool new shoes or, that kind of techie, gadgety stuff,
yeah, and these things
you might dump more money into Twitter than Facebook.
Well, I was just going to qualify that with these things aren't set in stone. People would argue like, dude, I've got, 10,000 followers on Facebook, and it's a younger crowd. Like, you guys are stupid. It's not. These aren't hard and fast rules. These are just observations that we've seen, and that's the thing is like if you have a big Twitter follower base, awesome. Use whatever works. But we're just telling you what has worked for us. And the cool thing about
you got to look at that stuff, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that you don't market and put money into all three of them, whether you're selling gadgets or you're doing a B2B, you still have to have your presence because it's also brand building. It's also your logo out there. It's also your content out there on those platforms because, how things work on the internet and marketing and Google search and all this, the more content you have out there, Google sees that as you are a very reputable type company.
Absolutely.
And your search SEO starts going up because of your social stuff.
Can I give you a perfect example?
This all gets tied into all of the marketing platforms and everything coming together.
Yes. This could be much bigger than just a social topic, frankly.
Well, I think it's turning into that. But
yes, slowly. But so one of the things that we have done since, 2013 is we've been doing a blog.
Blog, yes.
Right? We try and do it twice a week. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes
at least once a week.
At least once a week. Our blogs have gotten, just looking through the Google Analytics, our blogs have been featured on GoDaddy's website. They've been featured on big websites, and they drive a lot of traffic to our website. It's great. It's to me like a data nerd. It's fun to look at. Frankly.
You like numbers.
Man, I love numbers. I'm not a math guy, but I'm a data guy. Does that make sense?
Is that like a science data guy?
I don't know what it is.
Not a mathematician.
It's certainly not a mathematician.
Yeah. No, but I agree with you. I mean, that's what we look at all the time is, how we're spending our money on the marketing side, and social media is a big part of that. And there are ways that you can spend a lot of money not knowingly with those platforms too.
Oh yeah.
But that's where the data comes in, right? Because if you're configuring stuff wrong on an ad that you might place on Facebook, you're and you don't set limits.
Well, I've made that mistake before. I think you're aware of that.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, we're getting a lot of you do your expense report and like, geez, I don't remember sponsoring this every day. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to this. As I always say, that's, my quote on every video is there's a lot to this, right?
There is.
With a marketing situation, there's something, and I want to do a specific content marketing type of a video. This is kind of that, but we're just touching on the social part of it. But really, this is why we do all these different things. This is why we do a physical newsletter.
Yep.
This is why we do
direct mail pieces.
This
is why we do in-person education.
So we do in-person. This is why we do social stuff. This is why we do video.
We send out tech tip postcards to our clients.
That's why we do all this stuff because you're touching people in different places.
Appropriately touching people.
Yes, Kevin.
Thank you.
Exactly.
I just wanted to clarify that.
It kind of was getting a little weird there for a second.
Only in your mind.
What was in your mind too?
I saw
you
it though. I saw it.
Okay.
You're like, yeah.
You saw okay. Anyway,
we're getting to know each other very well lately.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we're locked in this room for weeks at a time.
Exactly.
But yes, marketing and social media, it's a must. You have to have it. Please make it data driven. That would be my recommendation.
Well, and that's the thing I always tell clients. I always show people their data and their analytical data on Google Analytics for their website stuff. And something that I always tell people is that 85% of the clients don't even care. They don't want to know. Like, why would you have a business and a website and not want to know about those things?
Right. How many people are going
to it? If you're doing any marketing at all, how do you know if your marketing's working? So please, whoever's doing your website, or if you're doing your website or whatever, please look at your analytics, whether it's your analytics in Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or on your website or whatever. That stuff is important, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll make a plug for Robin Robbins and the technology marketing.
Okay.
Because we learned a lot of that. And we get a lot of stuff from them.
Sure.
So we're not geniuses at marketing. Plug again, Robin Robbins at Technology Marketing Toolkit. We'll have to tag her.
Exactly. But that's where I learned a lot of the pay-per-click stuff. I went to a class in Tennessee.
You have to continually educate yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you need to.
And her group and that company is awesome.
Yep, they're doing great. So, hey, guys, as per usual, comment and subscribe.
Jinx,
Coke, or whatever. Whatever. So, like us.
Subscribe, like. Yep. We'll see you next time,
all right, guys. Take it easy.